Okay, so we're back and I went in and got a little soil mixture here, and I did a little research, and it seems like all of these plants want to have fast draining soil, and especially the Crystalinums want to stay more on the moist side, but fast draining soil, so it was recommended to add perlite, orchid bark. So what I have here is basically 50% of a soil airy mixture that I get from a nursery that I like. But I still, even though this comes with a combination of different stuff in it already, I add about 50% perlite, and I'm adding like 20% orchid bark. So just wanted to go ahead and show you a little bit what I'm using. I'm thinking, sometimes I've realized that I put so much perlite that it's drying out. I need to water certain plants like every 3 days. So I'm looking at it and I feel like I put too much perlite. So I think I'm gonna go get a little bit more of soil and mix it in, because I don't want to be watering plants every 3 days, and especially for my Anthuriums, they want to stay more moist. So this is a little too airy. So give me a little bit more. Okay guys, so I went to get more of the soil that I use. This is from Plant & Seed Nursery. It's their soil composition. And it says here that it has 40 to 50% Canadian sphagnum peat moss. It has some bark, vermiculite, perlite, lime, and a wetting agent. You know, I've never added worm castings, but I want to buy some, and I haven't, to my soil mixtures. To give it some food. But I'm usually just using fish emulsion to fertilize my plants, and they've been happy so far. But I would like to try the worm castings. A lot of you guys probably are using them. But I don't have any right now. Should be good. 2 big scoops. Okay, so yeah, very airy. You want to prevent root rot, so that's why you want fast draining soil. And a lot of people use the 50% of a good soil mixture with 50% perlite. That's like a standard for a lot of people. I usually stick to something like that. And I always like having orchid bark just in case. So far, so good. Haven't had any root rot with this kind of composition. So we're going to start with this Monstera. And let's check out the roots. Normally I wouldn't repot my plants immediately upon arrival, but EcuageneraUSA does have the fame that some plants come with root rot. And because of that, and because I saw that it came kind of wet, I decided that I want to go ahead and check out the roots, because I'd rather know today than to know a month later on. Yes, they look good. Here they look good. What we're looking for is white, light in color is good. You smell it. Nothing smells rotten or foul or bad in any way. But it is kind of, but see, it's wet. Look at that, guys. You see the shine in my fingers? And that's it. It's been sitting here for 5 days with this wetness. That's too much. So that's why if I leave it here, it might get, especially if I put it in my IKEA greenhouse with a lot of humidity, we don't want it to have root rot, but it looks good. So I'm having a little mixture here, and I already kind of inspected it. You want to look to see if there's any kind of pests. So you're looking for thrips, you're looking for scales, you're looking for spider mites, you're looking for mealybugs, any kind of little creature that would be walking around here. And nanising, I'm probably going to spray it at the end with my Neem Oil mixture. Something gentle, but something that's a preventative. Now, should I loosen up this a little bit? I'm getting a not to. So, I'm not. Okay, you know what? I should have, I'm going to put like a little orchid chip here in the bottom so I don't lose all my soil there. So at least by having this addition of the soil right beside it, this soil is going to suction out a little bit of that water that's in that soil. And it's in a terracotta pot, so all that's going to help oxygen go into the roots and hopefully dry out a little faster. So I feel comfortable doing this. Everybody makes their own choice, you know, what you want to do. If you want to remove the soil that it came with or not. And this way, the benefit is I'm not disturbing the roots. So I'm going to opt for leaving the roots the way they are. Now you tell me, is this not a cutesy? Is this not a cutesy? It's a cutesy baby. Okay, so plant one. Okay, we are back with a Sophistanim Philadentium. I don't know if I mentioned that this one was $30. But yeah, you don't see these often anywhere. So I'm happy. That one is stunning how big it is and mature. Older than what I thought it was going to be. So I got this terracotta pot. I'm using the same soil mixture, and I felt this would be good. Philodendrons do good in terracotta, and it's an upgrade of a size. So now, moment of truth, we're going to check out the roots. I squeeze to help it release. There is roots almost coming out from the bottom. Yeah, so I feel like it's pretty nice and settled in here. Oh yes, there's a lot of roots. Oh my. Interesting. Like there's roots all over here, but there's not too many here. It's like they're looking to their way up. Okay, smell check. Nope. Smells like a little bit of soil and that's it, but nothing rotten or weird. They're, you know, a little cream color. They seem fine. Don't see root rot. What do you guys think? I think they look good. So I'm just gonna wiggle just a tad to welcome it to its new pot. But again, we're gonna do the bug check. No, that's nothing. That's nothing. We checked earlier and I didn't see anything. We didn't see anything, but I'm doing another second check just in case. Okay, so yep, this is a good size. And we're gonna end up doing a pull on it. This is a bamboo stick. I decided to remove it. Already had some kind of pull in it, so we're gonna remove it and try to place a new one around the same area. Of course, my bamboo stick is a little wider. Has little twisty ties. Not bad. I might reuse that. Pull that out. Trying to find the end that's not as... Okay, I don't want to kill. Hold on, let's touch it. I don't want to... Okay, that feels good. With my finger, I'm able to feel where I don't want to break a very thick root or anything like that. But seems fine. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to squeeze too much. And then we're going to hold this part right there. And we have some, we can use the same twisty tie that it came with. You see those little aerial roots? It wants to grab on. Very nice. I have some of my stuff here. I don't know if I like the twisty tie too much. I don't want it to damage the plant, and I feel like that could maybe hurt it just a little. So I like my stuff. I'm gonna take this off. I don't like it. Maybe because I'm not used to it, but I don't like it. I like this stuff. Okay, so now we're just put more of the growing media that we're using. A little mixture. So it was damp, you know, the soil was damp that it came with. So I'm not gonna water it because I want it to kind of dry out, and I'm not gonna water it until it measures dry in the old soil that it came with. I'm gonna measure it with my water meter in a few days, but I'm gonna measure it close to the old soil so that way we can assess and only water it when dry. Look at all those area roots. Should I tie this baby? Let's do it. It would look nicer, I think. There you go. But this bamboo stick is too short. I'll have to change it up when I get the new leaf coming in, which is right here. You can see she's pregnant. And there's another leaf gonna be coming out. So yeah, Philodendron Subhastatum. Probably pronouncing it wrong, but there you go. Plant number 2. Plant number 3. We are back at it. So we have the Anthurium Crystalinum. And we're gonna wiggle this baby out. Look at where it came in. Interesting, right? So let's check out the roots. I'm gonna let some of the soil fall off because I want to see the roots system here. This is like sphagnum moss. Maybe not a lot of roots, guys. Oh my. Not a lot of roots. We're gonna have to re-root this baby. Wow. No. So we're gonna re-root this baby. There's not much roots. And see, this is kind of what I was thinking, and I've seen that it's happened to other people with ecuagenera plants, that sometimes they're not rooted like you would expect. So I'm gonna go rinse it off really quickly. See, this is the root. This is what we want to see, but there's barely nothing. So I'm thinking now, instead of putting it in the soil, I'm going to put it in sphagnum moss, and I'm going to reroot it in sphagnum moss. So I'm going to grab some sphagnum moss. I'll be back. Okay, so I went in and rinsed the roots. This, I don't know what this is called, but you see the roots that it came with? It was barely putting out some roots. There's no root rot. I don't see anything that I should cut off, but it needs to be rooted. So I'm very glad I took it out so I could see. So I have some sphagnum moss here, and put just warm room temperature, or a little, not cold, not hot water, in the sphagnum moss. And I did put 1 drop of Super Thrive, and thank you guys in the comments. You guys mentioned that Super Thrive is something you've done. And you've also mentioned not to pack down the sphagnum. So I'm sharing that with everybody so everybody else can also be aware not to pack it down. We're going to use the same little container that it came with. Actually, I needed to have put it. I'm just going to put the first little thin layer here. And then this thing's pretty... something like that. Just set it on here. I'm gonna start putting it in here. Put this down so I can work on this table here. Taking out the water, squeezing out the excess. Okay, but there's still water there. And now I'm gonna kind of fluff it out, stick it in. Yeah, so I know that Anthuriums, a lot of people have rebooted them in sphagnum moss, and they do pretty good there. So that's what I've decided to do, to root it. And I'm just gonna keep it moist. So I'm gonna be checking it on the daily or every 2 days, keeping it moist. And that way I can see also through this little clear container, and it does have a hole down here, which is good. And I'm gonna be checking it to keep it moist. And yes, it's going in my IKEA greenhouse. And if you didn't have an IKEA greenhouse, it can go inside a big Ziploc bag, or you can go inside a Tupperware container that you can get from the Dollar Tree, something big, and you can close the lid on it, and it can keep more moisture in there. Humidity, which these plants do love, the humidity. So does it look good to you guys? Any suggestions? Let me know in the comments, okay? Because we are all learning together, and this is my first Anthurium. This is a what? What is this? A Crystalinum. Clarinarium is the other one that I don't have, but it sounds similar. So should I put a little more sphagnum moss to cover this little black little bud? Maybe. Okay, so it's gonna get moisture, but it's not gonna be packed in dense soil like it came in. So it's gonna allow it to breathe, and those roots hopefully grow a little more. Because yeah, we want a raw, strong root system. So it's not very packed, it's airy. Does that look good to you guys? Please tell me. I don't want this plant baby to die. So I'll keep in mind your suggestions for the of you guys that have done this before. So okay, so that's that. Okay, so now plant number 4. We're gonna check out the roots. This is the Magnificum Ethereum. I feel like we're gonna see about the same thing we saw in the other. Not seeing a lot of roots. I see some here, right? This is sphagnum moss. Oh, is this a root? This is a root. This one might have more roots. Oh, this one has more of a root system than the other. Do we still want to do sphagnum moss? Okay, I'm gonna drop some of this soil because I'm gonna mix it in with a little bit of the soil that I'm gonna use. There is a root system. It does not seem like there's root rot. Okay, white, white. The tips are white, white, the white. That's what I was looking for, okay? So it has some roots. It's not no bad smell at all. So the hubster here is saying that this one can go directly to soil. Yeah, I think you can do that because it definitely has roots where it can drink water out of. And yes, you can propagate and get root things in soil directly. As long as we don't have a bad soil composition, we should be good. So we're gonna opt for soil, and we're gonna use this one. And I'm gonna get the little mixture that I had. Okay, so I've decided on this pot size to change it to, and I have my little soil composition. This one actually has a little bit of the old soil that it came with my new composition mix. That's what I'm going for this plant here. So just putting a little bit on the bottom. So there's a little sphagnum moss mixed into all of this too. And I think that's good too. So it's nice and airy, and it should retain some moisture too, because clarinariums, these want to also retain some moisture. Okay, it's not a clarinarium, it's a Magnificum. Sorry guys. Wait, did I just put a little twisty tie in there? That can be good for aeration. Okay. I ran out of soil. Let me do a little mixture. Again, have my composition here. and adding a little bit of what it came with. Guys, are these roots? Or is it sphagnum moss? This one looks like a little root. So we might have lost some. But this is not roots, this is sphagnum moss. All that stuff gets confusing. Okay, so I'm done with the repotting, and this is how she looks. Okay, not getting it water, not today, because it came with a nice moist mixture, and I used some of that cement mixture with my soil composition, so it should balance it out. It should dry it out somewhat, but I'll watch it in a day or 2 or 3. See when it's dry, I'm gonna give it water, or before it's dry, because this is an Anthurium, so it wants to stay moist. Okay, very nice. I can't wait for this one to grow. When you see the big mature leaves, it's so pretty. Okay, one more plant to go. Let's check out those roots. Okay, plant number 5, the last plant. Last plant. Okay, so it's this one. You pronounce it in your mind. Okay, let's go for it. Ooh, I think there is roots here. You see that? Nice. Okay, there is some roots. You see? They're popping on the top. Popping in the bottom. I want to make sure there's no root rot. Smells no smell, so I think that's a good thing. I just smell like a little bit of soil, but normal smell of soil. The roots are here. They look good. They look good. I am happy. Look at those roots. Look at those roots. They came moist. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it. I like it. I like it. So accept it that it's kind of, I'm gonna let a little bit of it fall off because it's a little maybe too moist. And then we're gonna do a nice little mixture of using the part of the soil that it already came with in my mixture. That should help balance out these roots. Just big, okay. So I'm gonna use this one here, and I'm gonna give it a little scoop of mine. I already had some there, so that should be good. Okay, we're gonna mix. Okay, let's touch it. Good. It's nice and airy, but at the same time, and I still feel the moisture. That's why I'm not going to give it water, but I added a lot of my soil, so it should help dry it out too. Look at that. I do wish I had a little bit of a bigger pot, because it's just right on it. Hold on. I think I have something here. Okay, I'm mixing in just a little bit more. Trying to get it in the consistency that I wanted. It feels good. This is a size pot. I got one that I think would be better. Looks good. Let's put the first layer in. And then we're gonna put this in. I'm happy with the roots of this one. Yeah. So basically, this is my last plant, and starting to review it with you guys. Out of my 5 plants, 4 of them had a pretty good root system, and size-wise, none of them had root rot out of the 5 of them, and none of them had cold damage. None of them had damage from being too dry, like they didn't water it enough and they got too dry in the mill. So that's That's really good. And this again is February shipment from Florida to North Carolina. Has been successful, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are ordering from EcuaGenera. So I think hopefully this video and review will be helpful. I have heard that some people have some problems with root rot and stuff like that. But you normally get rare plants for less of a price. And guys, after my other unboxings from Etsy and not paying a super cheap price and all these things going wrong, I'm very happy with the shipment. Happy to report that it was a successful shipment. So that's it. Let me put all my babies together. I'll pot it up for the ending of this video. So here I am. I want to introduce to you my new 5 members of my plant family. I'm happy to report that they arrived healthy, and I'm happy, and look forward to the years to come when these were gonna grow into these beautiful plants. And always recommend research your plant. I'm gonna be researching, watching videos of other people's videos where you have the same type of plants, so I can learn how to take care of them. So looking forward to that. It's always fun to learn how to take care of new plants, and this is what you want to see. Yes, we got through this. We got through this nerve-wracking unboxing. So yes, EcuaGenera, thank you. And I will be ordering again, but probably not in February, just in case. I don't want to push it too hard, you know? So maybe in spring, I think would be great, if I find another little wish list plant. But yeah, thank you. I'm happy. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. I want to hear also your comments about what your experiences have been this winter, and also EcuaGenera. Have you ordered from EcuaGenera? Your experiences? I know some of you guys have, because I've seen some of your videos, and you guys introduced me to this, so thank you. We always learn together, don't we? Well, have a good day, have a good night, have a good, wonderful rest of the day, or whatever you're doing, okay? I appreciate your support. Bye. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe if you're watching. Just pushing that button is going to mean a lot to me. So I appreciate it a lot, okay? That way you don't miss a video, because you never know when I'm going to post. And I have quite a bit here in my mind and in my phone ready to upload. So they're coming. Bye. Okay guys, so I'm giving you the 3-day update. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, 3 days since it arrived, and very different view from what we saw, what you just saw of my unboxing on Monday. Today's Thursday. So immediately we started seeing, well, the next day we started seeing this leaf. I think this is the newest leaf, was looking kind of folded over. And we started thinking, uh-oh, that seems like some cold damage. Sure enough, all this happened. So yeah, this is definitely cold damage. This is what happens. This was a thin leaf, Anthurium, and so this has happened. So we did contact EcuaGenera. We felt that there was the mistake of, first of all, we ended up looking at a receipt and looking what we were sent, and we feel like we were sent the seedling, because they sell a seedling for like 30 bucks instead of the 55 for a more mature plant. And we definitely compared pictures, and we're like, we got the seedlings, and they made a mistake. We're gonna contact them. Then after that, we started noticing all of this. So we ended up sending them pictures, and they remembered the fact that we had told them to hold our shipping, and the fact that they had agreed to it, and they actually made an accidental mistake of sending it, because the printing label had already been printed, so somebody put it in the mail. So anyway, the girl that answered the phone said that they would refund us the price for this plant to just send pictures. So we're hoping that is true. That will happen soon. I will keep you guys posted. I think later on I'm going to do an update maybe in a few months, and we'll see what happens with this specimen. Let me show you the others. Okay, so this is the Subhastatum, and this one, this older leaf has some damage. Yeah, that one looks like it got eaten up a little bit. This one with the yellowing seems like there was some damage there. We'll probably eventually lose that. This leaf here, to me, feels good. I think this one's gonna make it. I hope it's gonna make it. This is a pretty new leaf here. This one looks good. I think that one's gonna make it. This one seems like it's gonna make it. So overall, this is a thicker plant, and I feel like that's why it was able to endure, and it should make it. And if I just lose 2 leaves, I think it's a fast grower. I think we're gonna be okay there. This is the other little Monstera, and this one, surprisingly, not even the new leaf seems damaged. So Monsteras are some kind of troopers. They are very hardy plants. It's interesting to compare one plant to the other. So yeah, this one's doing good. Let me go and show you the others. I'm here at my IKEA greenhouse, and this is the what do you call it? Anthurium Magnificum. And overall it's doing really good. I think there's a little bit of damage, but it did come with a little bit of crispy in the edges. But the actual green part of the leaf seems overall solid. So I want to say this Magnificum is a little hardier and is doing good. Now, coming up here, this is the Crystalinum. And this leaf seems to be doing the best, because this upper leaf here, you see that? I think that's due to the cold too. It damaged that part of the leaf, unfortunately, because it was such a stunning leaf. And then there's the baby leaf. Leave the lighting here. Would be good. The baby leaf has some damage. Let me try to turn on the flashlight. Okay, I'm sorry, turn on the flash. It's nighttime here, so that baby leaf, what do you guys think? I think it's gonna curl up, and we're gonna probably lose it. And you can see the back of this leaf here. I'm gonna take some better pictures and send this to EcuageneraUSA too. This is the other plant I would complain about that actually got damaged, so from the being exposed to the cold. And I think it wouldn't have happened if it would have been sent this week like I wanted it when it was warmer weather. So it wasn't a complete fail. I'm still very happy having these babies. I think they're gonna make it. Well, this one's gonna make it ish. Might lose 2 leaves, and that's very, very sad. So I don't know. I do want some kind of compensation for this one if possible. So we'll see what they tell us about this baby. But anyhow, I wanted to let you guys know. I was so happy when I unboxed them. Totally didn't stop and think about, hey, usually cold damage shows a few days later, so you don't have the game won yet. You gotta wait. So anyways, I'm being very honest and letting you guys know, because if you guys are considering ordering during winter, this is what can happen if it's under 50 degrees. And it got to 28 degrees when this baby was traveling. So there you go. That's a little example. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Bye. Have a good day. Good night. Thank you for watching, like always. Bye.